Well, next week marks the beginning of yet another trial involving former President Donald Trump here in Manhattan.
Jury selection gets underway Monday in his criminal hush money trial, expected to be a complicated process. Good Day's Robert Moses live outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan with what we should know. Robert, good morning.
Dan and Tashani, good morning to you. Former President Donald Trump is livid about a gag order that the judge here has imposed on him, but he thinks this case should have been dismissed entirely. No such luck for him or for the commuters who will undoubtedly be inconvenienced by it. With the first criminal trial of an American president beginning at 100 Center Street Monday in Lower Manhattan, prepare for gridlock there, near Trump Tower, and at points in between. Judge Juan Merchan has said he expects the trial of former President Donald Trump to last about 6 weeks. The only respite from the gridlock may come on Wednesdays, when the trial won't be taking place. The former president could use Wednesdays to hit the campaign trail. This week on Truth Social, he called his former fixer Michael Cohen and porn star Stormy Daniels, quote, two sleazebags who have, with their lies and misrepresentations, cost our country dearly. That statement could violate Merchan's gag order, barring the former president from issuing public statements about likely trial witnesses. Yesterday, the former president lashed out at the gag order.
It virtually never happens. It only happens to me because I'm able to tell people what's happening, and those people get extremely angry with what's happening.
The former president faces 34 felony counts. Prosecutors say he falsified business records to cover up hush money payments that Cohen made on his behalf to Daniels to keep her quiet about an alleged affair. The former president denies the affair happened. Today at Mar-a-Lago, the former president meets with House Speaker Mike Johnson. The speaker promises a major announcement on election integrity. While the two will present a united front, they have differed on any number of issues, including aid for Ukraine. Johnson favors it, the former president doesn't. And a bill to extend an expiring warrantless surveillance law that Johnson put forth, but that the former president helped to kill.
We have a lot of things to discuss, talk to him frequently, so looking forward to seeing him in person. It's been a few weeks, and it should be a good trip.
Jury selection begins here on Monday. That process could take days. It will be very hotly contested, since both sides will want to get people seated who are more favorable to their case. We're live outside criminal court in Lower Manhattan this morning. Dan and Tashani, back to you.
Robert, thank you very much.